The first reason that I'll discuss for adopting a vegan diet is for your health. Studies report that vegans are healthier than meat eaters. Meat, dairy, and eggs, they have absolutely no fiber or complex carbohydrates in them, and they're packed with saturated fat and cholesterol. In the short term, eating meat, dairy products, and eggs is likely to make a person fat and lethargic. In the long term, eating these products can cause heart disease, cancer, stroke, high blood pressure, and an array of other problems. I'd like to make a couple of points about human physiology, and then I'll talk about the link between animal products and a few of the worst health scourges plaguing North Americans. It's really amazing how many intelligent people, to justify their meat eating, they open their mouths, point at their teeth, and say something about canines as a means of defending a habit that really is ecologically devastating, cruel to animals, and likely to kill them. Leaving aside how different human canines are from the canine teeth of carnivores, and I really do wonder if these people have ever looked at the long, dagger-like canines of a lion or a tiger. Leaving that aside, every natural carnivore has an array of physiological properties that really do not mirror ours. As just a few examples, natural meat eaters have sharp, pointy front teeth, sharp and jagged molars, and a tooth bone density many times greater than that of humans, which enables them to crunch through the bones of their prey. Carnivores have no digestive enzymes in their saliva at all, and their digestive acids are many times more acidic than those of humans, so the bacteria from rotting flesh won't kill them. Natural meat eaters have jaws that move only vertically instead of in a grinding motion, as ours do, and they don't chew their food. They just rip and swallow. Really, if you chew your food at all, and if you can move your jaw from side to side, you're not designed to eat meat. Oh, and all natural meat eaters, they never developed clogged arteries, no matter how much saturated fat and cholesterol they consume. And we all know how horrible cholesterol is for us. But it's not bad for natural meat eaters. And the list of physiological differences between people and natural meat eaters, it goes on and on. But let's also think about natural behaviors. How many of us salivate at the idea of chasing a small animal, ripping her limb from limb, and then devouring her, blood and all? I hope that nobody listening has that reaction, but every carnivore does. How many of us, if we're walking down the street and we see an animal carcass on the road, how many of us think, I'd like to eat that? No, we think, oh, how sad, or we think, ugh. Every single carnivore, if he or she is hungry, every single one digs in. So yes, human beings learned, hey, if we kill all the bacteria with fire, this stuff probably won't kill us. And a long time ago, when there was no vegetation, we started to eat meat. But it's still not good for us. And in fact, it's so bad for our bodies that it's likely to kill many of us. I adopted a vegan diet in 1987. At the time, I was running cross-country, and when I dropped meat and dairy products from my diet, my 10K time plummeted from about 46 or 47 minutes down to between 42 and 43 minutes. Basically, when I stopped forcing my body to expend so much energy processing saturated fat, cholesterol, and animal protein, I had more energy, my metabolism sped up, I dropped a few pounds I didn't even know I had, and I got faster. I also found that I needed less sleep, had far more energy, and felt happier just in general. Of course, I'm not unique. Vegans are always telling me that they need less sleep and less coffee, and they have more energy than they ever had before. They also tell me that their newfound energy has made them happier. Dr. T. Colin Campbell is one of the world's foremost epidemiological scientists, and he's director of what the New York Times called the most comprehensive large study ever undertaken of the relationship between diet and the risk of developing disease. Dr. Campbell's studies have shown that, as he puts it, the vast majority of all cancers, cardiovascular diseases, and other forms of degenerative illness can be prevented simply by adopting a plant-based diet. Let's touch on heart disease first. Heart disease kills almost as many people in North America as all other causes of death combined. Up until about 15 years ago, it was assumed that as people got older, their arteries inevitably become clogged. If you don't get hit by a bus or die of cancer or something, your arteries will eventually close, causing either your brain or your heart to give out. And that's it. Enter Dr. Dean Ornish, who has since proven that 100% of heart attacks from clogged arteries, and again, this is by far the developed world's biggest killer, that 100% are preventable. Dr. Caldwell Esselstyn has replicated Dr. Ornish's findings. He's taken patients who are suffering from clogged arteries and has made them heart attack proof. To quote him in the August 1999 issue of the American Journal of Cardiology, heart attack proof by getting their cholesterol levels down below 150. In fact, the average vegan cholesterol is about 133, while the average ovo-lacto vegetarian cholesterol level is 161, and the average meat eater's cholesterol, 210. Although the medical establishment may say, well, you've done your best at 210, people are still dropping like flies. As Dr. Charles Atwood has pointed out, this is nuts. If people were being run down by trucks at the same rate they're dying from meat and dairy-induced heart attacks, something would be done. The same sort of analysis is true for cancer. There is complete scientific unanimity. As much cancer is caused by diet as is caused by smoking, and that's a lot. And it's completely clear how we can prevent cancer. The World Cancer Research Fund, the American Cancer Society, the Royal Cancer Society in Britain, in fact, all organizations that study the issue, all of them agree that as many cases of cancer are caused by diet as are caused by smoking. And all of them make the same top 2 recommendations for preventing cancer. Those recommendations are 1, eat more plant-based foods, and 2, eat fewer animal-based foods. In other words, go vegan and go vegan. According to Dr. William Costelli, chair of the nutrition department at Harvard Medical School and the researcher who's directed the longest-running clinical trial in history, a low-fat, plant-based diet would lower the cancer rate by 60%. Dr. Marion Nessel, chair of the nutrition department at New York University and chair of the American Cancer Society's Nutritional Guidelines panel, she agrees, saying that vegetarians and vegans have a 50 to 65% lower risk of developing cancer than omnivores. Now, just to be clear, it's probably not the fat and cholesterol that cause cancer. It's probably the animal protein. The fat and cholesterol, those cause heart disease. The animal protein causes cancer. Dr. T. Colin Campbell states that human studies support this carcinogenic effect of animal protein, even at usual levels of consumption. No chemical carcinogen is nearly so important in causing human cancer as animal protein. End quote. All right, but what about milk?